just because they think they cannot do it, they believe you cannot do it also. What's popping, Vedan Squad? So now is that time of the year when everyone is talking about New Year's resolutions, which is a good thing, truly speaking, because it's good to reflect on yourself and think of better ways to live your life, or just to do things in general throughout the year. Now the only problem is when we don't stick to those resolutions, and this is a very common thing for most of us, even for myself. Like right now, I'll be telling myself, oh, next year I'll be doing this and that, and come January it will be fine, it will be all good. But February, girl, boy, I will have forgotten everything by then. I'll be back to my normal ways, I'll be back to my bad habits. The purpose of this video is not to guide you on how to set your New Year's resolutions, because I know that each and every person is different and wants different things. And I'm assuming that by now you know what you want for 2019. You know what you need to improve in. So I'm going to give you 5 tips, 5 simple tips on how to actually stick to your New Year's resolution. The first tip is to set your goal and be specific about your goal. For example, if you want to maybe exercise more, then ask yourself why and write down that goal. I want to lose 50 pounds. Another example is if you want to study more, then write down your goal. For instance, I want to obtain, let's say, 80% average this year. Setting your goals and being specific about your goals will help you foresee the greener pastures ahead every time you put in the effort. Having New Year's resolutions without a goal is just like taking a journey without a destination. Like using common sense, there's a huge likelihood that you will give up on that journey because you don't even know where you're going. The second tip is positive thinking. Most of the times after imagining ourselves having achieved these goals, we tend to give ourselves excuses and try to explain to ourselves why it will be difficult or even impossible for us to achieve these goals. One thing that has been helping me stay positive is morning affirmations. Like when you wake up in the morning, just think of any phrase that you think would help you stay positive throughout the day. For example, the phrase, I can do it. Just say that phrase to yourself aloud. The third tip is remember that you are in control of your life. Don't let your mind nor your body take decisions for you. Sometimes our mind will be like, ugh, I don't feel like doing this. Our body will be like, I'm too tired to do this. But what I want to say to you is don't let that happen. You decide what you want to think, and you decide what you want to do. My fourth tip is don't seek people's approval. Most of the times when we come up with ideas, we want to share them with our friends and our families just to know what they think, right? So my advice is don't do it. Not because I think they don't want you to succeed, because obviously they do, but because most of the times when they answer you, they answer for themselves and not for you. Just because they think they cannot do it, they believe you cannot do it also, which is wrong, right? Because people are different. Tip number 5 is don't give up. Guys, it's an obvious case. It's given that you are going to face challenges throughout your journey. Like, it's obvious, it happens to everyone, but that doesn't mean that you should give up, because it doesn't mean that you are going to fail. It's just part of the journey. You keep on doing the same thing or do something new. If you think you need to change, just keep on doing something. It will eventually work out. Me giving these tips is not to say that I'm perfect or I do things perfectly. No, I don't. I do make mistakes. I'm making this video just because I feel like we need to remind each other that it's okay, we got this. I also need to be reminded that as much as I think you need to be reminded that. I hope this video was helpful for you, and don't forget to share it. Bye bye, see you next time.